Very good morning. Today I am going to discuss about refraction through plane surface for 10th class NTSC, NEET and IIT JEE. So in that, let me discuss today first problem is a small air bubble is inside a transparent solid at the exact center if A is the side length of the cube. So first a small air bubble is inside a transparent solid cube. This is the cube and air bubble is exactly at center. If A is the side of the length of the cube and mu is the refractive index, then what is the apparent distance? Apparent distance of air bubble from any face of the cube. If you want to find out the apparent distance, found a distance of bubble from side by refract index of cube. If you take from a side of refract distance, from here to here is a by 2, from here to here is a by 2, so we can take any one, a by 2, and refract index of cube is mu. So what we get? A by 2 mu. So this is the answer. And let me go for second one. A ray of light is incident at an angle of 60 degrees on a root 3 centimeters thick place. That is, the refractive index is also root 3. The shift of the path of the ray as it emerges out of the plate. So first I will take here plate. So whenever the light is incident, this is the normal. So this is the normal, and you know that from here to here, what is the angle here? 60 degrees. He given angle is 60 degrees. We know that light is traveling from rarer to denser. It bends towards the normal. It bends towards the normal. Again this is the normal. So when it is coming from denser to rarer, it bends away from the normal like this. It will be bend like this. First of all, we have to find out sin R. According to this, sin I by mu. So what is the angle of incidence here? 60 degrees. Sin 60 by, and a mu value given root 3. So you know that sin 60 is root 3 by 2 by root 3. So both will be get cancelled to each other. We get 1 by 2, where R equal to what? 30 degrees. Next we need to find out lateral displacement. What we need to find out? Lateral displacement. Lateral displacement, that is T into sin of I minus R by cos R. So that is T into sin of, what is the angle of incidence here? 60 degrees, and we get R value is 30 degrees. So by, what is the cos R here? Cos R is 30 degrees, and you know that thickness is root 3. So root 3 of sin 30 degrees by cos 30 degrees. So what is sin 30? 1 by 2, and cos 30 is root 3 by 2. 2 get cancelled to each other, and root 3 get cancelled to each other. We get 1. So lateral displacement is 1. So lateral displacement is 1. Yes. Next let me go for a rectangular tank 6 meters deep. A rectangular tank. How much? 6 meters depth. 6 meters, and it is full of water. It is full of water. By how much does the bottom of the tank appear to be raised when viewed from the above? Generally, if you observe, swimming pool also same. When you see from outside, it appear to rise up due to refractive index. Now here also it is appear to up, but how much it is appear? That is, so if you want to find out, first we need to find out change in depth. Change in depth is thickness of the slab tank by 1 minus 1 by mu. So just now we discussed thickness depth is 6. 1 minus 1 by refractive index of water is 4 by 3. So if you do this, 6 of 1 minus 3 by 4. So what we get? 6 by 4. So we get 3 by 2, and it is 1.5. So change in depth is 1.5. Yes. Next let me go for another problem. A ray of light enters a rectangular glass slab. Rectangular glass slab of refractive index is root 3 at an angle of 60 degrees. First let me take a rectangular glass slab. A light, first I draw a normal line and this is the incident ray. It is entered at an angle of 60 degrees. You know that when light traveling from rarer to denser, it bends towards the normal. Again it is coming from denser to rarer, it bends away from the normal. Yes or no? So this is the incident ray is 60 degrees. A ray of light enters a rectangular glass slab. Refractive index is root 3. At an angle of incidence 60, it travels a distance is how much? Distance is 5 centimeters. It travels a distance is 5 centimeters inside the slab and emerges out of the slab perpendicular to the distance between the incident ray and emergent ray. So this is coming out of perpendicular to the surface. So first of all, here we need to apply the Snell's law. According to Snell's law, we know that N1 sin A equal to N2 sin R. N1 sin A equal to N2 sin R. N1, light is coming from rarer to denser. So, refractive index of air is 1 and incident ray is 60 degrees. And N2 is N and sin R1. Sin 60 means you know that root 3 by 2 and the refractive index of glass is root 3. That is sin R1. So, if you take sin R1, then sin R1 is 1 by 2. If you shift this side, we will get by and both are get cancelled to each other. We get sin R1 is 1 by 2 where R1 equal to 30 degrees. If you observe here, this is incident ray. This is incident ray. Now if you extended this incident ray like this, if we extended this incident ray, we draw one perpendicular line. This line is D. If it is I, what we call this? What we call this? I1 minus R1. I1 minus R1. So according to the sin I1 minus R1. So generally sin is nothing but opposite side by hypotenuse. So this is the angle of I1 minus R1 now. For this, what is opposite side? D by hypotenuse means what? Hypotenuse means this one completely. So what it is? 5 centimeters. So D by 5. D by 5. So sin of I1 is already given 60 degrees. We get R1 is 30 degrees. Sin of I1 minus R1 equal to D by 5. Sin of I1 is 60 degrees and R1 is 30 degrees equal to D by 5. So sin 60 minus 30 is the sin 30. Sin 30 equal to D by 5. Where sin 30 equal to 1 by 2. We want D equal to 5 by 2. Sin 30 is the D by 5. That is the sin 30 is 1 by 2. D by 5. If you shift this side, 5 by 2. That is 2.5. So the perpendicular distance between the incident and emergent ray is 2.5. So what will be this distance? This distance is 2.5 centimeters. Last but not least, a vessel consists of two plane mirrors at right angle like this. At right angle, the vessel is filled with water. The total deviation of incident ray is, once again I draw largely here. So these are the two plane mirrors are right angle to each other. So here it is angle 90 degrees and it is full of water. So first of all, he is saying that when a light is entered, if it is entered, so first of all this is at A Nana. So whenever on the water surface, when it is entered at 90 degrees, so no deviation at A. There is no deviation at A. Now see here, if it is entered here, this is a perpendicular. So now it will be deflected towards like this. So what will be the angle here? It will be the angle here is a 45 degrees and here also 45 degrees. If it is a 45 degrees, so with the 45 degrees again it will be deflected exactly perpendicular. Again it will be emerged out like this. So here also it is a 45 degrees and here it is a 45 degrees. So first when a light is entered here, at point A here no deviation, at point B it is incident at an angle of 45 degrees. So at B deviation is causes So that is 90 degrees bend. So whenever it is incident at point B, it will be bended with a 90 degrees. So here it is 45 degrees and here also it will be 40 degrees. Exactly the same. At the same also it will be bent as 90 degrees. When it is come from bending at 90 degrees and it emerged out at point D, it is no deviation. We already discussed. Whenever the light rays passes 90 degrees, it doesn't know deviation. Then the total deviation is what will be the total deviation? Total deviation is so here 45 plus 45 90 and here 45 plus 45 is 90. So 90 plus 90, that is 180 degrees. So the total deviation is 180 degrees. So this is the answer for this. Thank you, Ananda.